Good afternoon. I am Colonel Billy Wilson, the commander of basic military training. I'm glad we had this opportunity to have a discussion. So, why are you here? I will tell you that you are here to train both your body and your mind.
Be better every day. Be better.
You are here to train your body and your mind. Not one or the other, both. I often ask new recruits, why the Air Force? And I often get, well, I want to be part of an institution. I want to be part of something that is larger than myself.
Remember why you are here. Remember those people that came before you. Everything that you do needs to come with a passion and a vigor that is unmatched.
There will be stress. It will be stressful. And I will tell you that it is stressful by design. So the question remains, when you start feeling stressed out, what are you going to do? Are you going to react or are you going to respond? I expect you to respond to the demands that are being placed upon you, pushing you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to grow, because that's why you're here. You're here to be transformed from what you were to what you need to be, to what your nation needs you to be. Each and every one of you will earn your place here. This will not be given to you. And as you earn your place here and head toward graduation day, having earned it, you will have a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. And it will be meaningful to you. And as you depart this place, you will be proud of what you've accomplished.
Our country. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Spencer.
Good morning, friends, family. I invite you to pray with me this morning. Lord, as always, I start by giving you praise and thanks for the day you have made, a day that finds many hearts full of joy and pride. As we stand before you today, God, we can't help but feel the power of the ground on which we stand. Over the decades, you have blessed so many influential airmen as they stood on that parade field, and I have no doubt at this very moment, you are molding and shaping the hearts of these warrior airmen for what lies ahead. Lord, in a few moments, each of these airmen and their military training instructors will make the walk so many heroes have made. May each step on this bomb run fuel the desire to honor the brave souls who sacrificed their lives to secure this land and the freedom we cherish. In Proverbs, it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Families, you are to be thanked for trusting us with your sons and daughters. You helped them get this far. And now, the world's greatest training instructors have done the rest. When you walk up and tap out your airmen today, you will witness firsthand the honor, integrity, and representation of our country's newest guardian of freedom and justice. In closing, God plant encouragement in the hearts of the airmen standing in front of me today. Let them rest in the fact you have a purpose for our pain, a reason for our struggles, and a reward for our faithfulness. May each of these men and women standing before us continue the journey of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Airmen, may the peace of God be with each of you. Welcome to the team. Aim high, and amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning. On behalf of the 37th Training Week, we would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host of today's ceremony, the commander of the 737th Training Group, Colonel Billy Wilson Jr., accompanied by his wife, Liza. Representing the senior enlisted leader, 737th Training Group, Chief Master Sergeant DeMarcus Fournay. Also in attendance with us today, the Commanding General, 352nd Civil Affairs Command, Brigadier General Reginald Cornegay. The Commander, United States Air Force Expeditionary Center, Colonel Scott Wiederholt. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to today's ceremony, we would like to recognize our newest military training instructors. These instructors have undergone a rigorous 5-month training pathway comprised of formal academic classes and task qualification requirements. They have earned the distinct honor of donning the dark blue campaign hat.
Detail. Halt!
From the 331st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Brian Smith. From the 331st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Matthew Ellison. From the 320th Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Ryan Sadowski. From the 321st Training Squadron, Staff Sergeant Jeffrey Beatty, Jr. This time, we ask all military training instructors, past and present, to stand in a sign of unity as our newest instructors recite the MTI pledge. The military training instructor hat that I wear
is a symbol of honor, professionalism, integrity, service, and excellence in all I do. My job is one of the most important to the Air Force, and I will spare no effort to properly prepare men and women for military service. I am dedicated to the principles of fairness, firmness, and honesty. I strive for perfection and reject mediocrity, both in my own personal behavior and in the performance of those I lead. I am an Air Force military training instructor, and above all, I am an American Airman. Present art! Hors d'oeuvre arms! House! Heart!
The dark blue campaign hat that these instructors received today has been a symbol of the MTI Corps since 1974. These instructors will carry on the tradition and the esprit de corps of the United States Air Force as they pass on their knowledge to our newest generation of airmen. Commander of Troops is Staff Sergeant Marcus Bronsted. Colonel Billy Wilson Jr. will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated.
Sir, the parade is clear! Take your post! Your squadron! Order arms!
Over the past 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with the foundation rooted in the Department of the Air Force's one team, one fight mantra. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with their sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to the military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. The men and women will prepare for increased responsibility and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and mission ready. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow.
Right up there, 216.
737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, Honor Flight. The Honor Flight streamer is awarded to the 324th Training Squadron, Flight 216, for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 20 January 2025 to 7 March 2025. Signed, Billy Wilson Jr., Colonel, United States Air Force.
Head under! Hard!
The honor flight was led by Technical Sergeant Desiree Gonzalez and Staff Sergeant Nathaniel Hunter. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States Armed Forces. These graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors.
Your squadron, present arms! Present! Sir, I present the command!
What's the command in review?
Snap, order, heart! Snap, change post, heart! Give your squadron order arms! Heart!
The graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 42,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 Training Group provides all recruits with the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the Airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left into the bomb room to pass and review, they will march over the enlisted heroes wall. The men and women recognized on the pavers have been awarded the nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Armed Forces during conflicts across the globe. Their decorations include 9 Medal of Honor, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Now passing in review, the Commander of Troops, Staff Sergeant Marcus Bronstein, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Airman, Wisconsin. The Drum and Bugle Corps, Flight 213 and 214, led by Technical Sergeant Jordan Carter, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. From the 322nd Training Squadron, A Squadron Staff, led by Staff Sergeant Christopher Thomas, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Los Colonos, California. From the 324th Training Squadron, Flight 215, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Martinez, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Bronx, New York. The Honor Flight, Flight 216, led by Staff Sergeant Nathaniel Hunter, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hamilton, Texas. Flight 217, led by Staff Sergeant Carter Young, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Montgomery, Alabama. Flight 218, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Burke, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Rainbridge, Georgia. From the 331st Training Squadron, Pacer Forge Excellence Flight, Flight 221, led by Staff Sergeant Brian Smith, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Airmen, Indiana. Flight 222, led by Staff Sergeant Matthew Ellison, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Newport News, Virginia. Flight 223, led by Technical Sergeant Denzel Miles, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Houston, Texas. From the 320th Training Squadron, the Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Hopelli, military training instructor, hometown, Sacramento, California.
Height!
From the 326th Training Squadron, the Flagmans, flights 219 and 220, led by Staff Sergeant Elias Medina, military training instructor, hometown, Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. From the 319th Training Squadron, B Squadron staff, led by Technical Sergeant Alicia Burns Boquist, military training instructor, hometown, Crawfordsville, Indiana. From the 320th Training Squadron, Flight 207, led by Technical Sergeant Jamie Jenks, military training instructor, hometown, Little Falls, Minnesota. Norm Excellence Flight, Flight 208, led by Staff Sergeant Ryan Sadowski, military training instructor, hometown, Medina, Ohio. Flight 209, led by Technical Sergeant John Shelton, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Pittsburgh, California. Flight 210, led by Master Sergeant Joshua D. Benedetto, military training instructor, hometown, Claremont, New Hampshire. From the 321st Training Squadron, Drill Excellence Flight, Flight 211, led by Staff Sergeant Jeffrey Beatty, military training instructor, hometown, Tomah, Wisconsin. Flight 212, led by Staff Sergeant Alan Granco, military training instructor, hometown, Benton, Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Ladies and gentlemen, rendering a flying salute to our graduating airmen. 1 B-2 Spirit, call sign Fury 72. This aircraft is from the 509th Bomb Wing, Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the Airmen from the 321st Training Squad, performing under the direction of Staff Sergeant Philip Castro, military training instructor, hometown, McAllen, Texas. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform in today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit to additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort demonstrates commitment and teamwork. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor a long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our honor graduates, as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional integrity, service before self, and excellence, combined with the character, commitment, activity, and courage they displayed throughout basic military training, earned them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward to the oath of enlistment, we would like to reflect on our establishment. The United States Air Force was born with the passage of the National Security Act on September 18, 1947. Since then, anytime, anywhere America and its allies have needed air power, airmen have answered the call. Today, with a legacy of excellence and spirit of courage, we work to develop mission-ready airmen. With the support of the American people, our airmen are ready to meet these challenges by following the example of those who came before us. In short, by innovating, accelerating, and thriving as we move into the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Wilson will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning. What an awesome day for BMT graduation. What an awesome day for America. What do you think about that B2? Man, you talk about air power. Every time I see that aircraft, just reaffirms my commitment. I want to start by thanking the parents that are in the audience this morning. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, thank you for your encouragement of these graduates, but most of all, thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting the institution. How about a round of applause for all the parents? I'd also want to take a minute to thank General Flowers, General Martin, community leaders for being here. Thank you so much for continuing to stay connected to Lackland. Thank you for your investment. How about a round of applause for our special guest? I'd also like to say thank you to an elite group of professionals, our military training instructors. They invest themselves day in and day out, pouring their expertise into our airmen to make sure that they are the best that they can be. But I will also tell you that it is not lost on me that all the hours that they spend pouring into our graduates, preparing them for the next phase, that's time away from their families as well. And so what I'd like to say is thank you for your service, but also thank you for your family's sacrifice. And how about we give them a round of applause as well? I'd like to ask all the veterans in the audience if you are able to please stand. Thank you, veterans. Thank you so much. Thank you for your example. Thank you for your visible example. Thank you for your dedication. Also staying connected to the mission. We will honor your tradition and we will prepare these young men and women the best that we can. So thank you for continuing to be here and show us what honorable service really looks like. I'd also like to thank the 37th Training Wing and all of our mission partners. We couldn't do what we do on a daily basis without their support. So to all the mission partners that are here, thank you so much for helping us to do what we do at a high level. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get into my remarks, can you help me congratulate one more time 802 of America's newest airmen. They look good. They look good. Show them you love them. Show them some love. Thank you, thank you. Yes, Airman, that was for you. So, Airman, what's my message to you this morning? I want you to hone your craft. Not 5 years from now, but I want you to start today. You see, in 2012, there was an Airman First Class, Spencer Stone, that stood right where you're standing right now, here at Basic Military Training. And in less than 3 short years after that, he found himself, along with 2 of his friends, on a train car heading from Amsterdam to Paris. And as they were on the train, enjoying themselves, they heard a commotion in the car that was next to theirs. And when Airman First Class Spencer Stone looked into the train car that was next to his, he could see an active shooter, a terrorist. And the name of the terrorist, well, that's not important. But in that moment, Airman First Class Stone knew that he had to make a decision. And so as the attacker made his way from that train car into his train car, he talked to his teammates. So he was accompanied by two best friends. One was a college student, and the other one was a member of the Oregon National Guard. And so as the attacker made his way into their train car, armed with an AK-47, a pistol, and a box cutter, Airman Stone knew that something had to happen. And I'm sure in his mind he thought, well, I can't freeze, I can't hesitate, I must take a stand. And so that's exactly what he did. And as he decided to take a stand, face to face with the attacker pointed his AK-47 right at Airman First Class Stone. And he pulled the trigger. And as fate would have it, the gun jammed. And at that moment, Airman Stone rushed the attacker, joined by his friends, and they were able to subdue the attacker and take away his weapons. And during that ordeal, Airman Stone was injured, along with his friends. And after they were able to subdue the attacker and others started to rush in to help, instead of seeking medical attention for their injuries, they used their first aid training that they received right here at Lackland Air Force Base as part of basic military training to tend to the injuries of the others that were on the train. That day, Airman Stone, and along with his two friends, were credited with saving over 500 lives. They received the Legion of Honor from the President of France, one of the highest honors that can be bestowed by the President. And here at home, he received the Airman's Medal and the Purple Heart. So why do I tell you that story, Airman? And what does that have to do with you honing your craft? Well, I will tell you it has everything to do with honing your craft. Because your new craft is military service. It is the profession of arms. And in the concept of military service and the profession of arms, the themes of your new profession are weaved throughout the story that I just told you. Selfless courage. Selfless courage. See, when you leave this field today, people are going to say to you, thank you for your service. They're thanking you for putting the needs of others before your own. Be ready. You have to always be ready. You never know when you're going to be required. Act decisively. I would encourage you to act decisively in all areas of your lives, but especially in the moments of consequence. Stay fit, both mentally and physically. The condition of your mind and the condition of your body matters in military service. Trust your training. Trust that your military training instructors have prepared you with the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you need to be successful down the line. I believe they have. I want you to master your skills in order to shape your future and hone your craft. I am so very proud of each and every one of you for honoring your word, for keeping your commitment to your commitment and being dedicated to what you said you were going to do, which is to show up, finish BMT, and be great for the Air Force. I am so excited for all of you, and I can't wait to hear about all the great things you're gonna do for our United States Air Force. And so with that, I only have one question remaining for you all. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's most lethal and greatest Air Force? Outstanding. They are ready.
Please stand as Colonel Wilson will now administer the oath of enlistment. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations in the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, Airman. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, Colonel Wilson. Please remain standing while all graduating airmen recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American Airman. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flag passes. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all other guests the opportunity to view the flights. As a reminder, the flights are positioned as viewed from the bleachers. To the left of the reviewing stand, flights 215, 216, 217, 218, 221, 222, and 223. And to the right of the reviewing stand, flights 207, 208, 209, 210, 211, and 212. Please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Town pass ends at 1800 hours. When dropping off members, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area.